everyone, my name's Lionel and I'm your host for L2 Productions. You are watching Speak Up. I'm coming to you with another episode of things that I want to talk about. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. You can also subscribe if you are new, and you can leave your comments below. Now let's speak up. Okay, alright, so I have been gone for a couple weeks. There's some things I didn't get to talk about, but I want to talk about now. Hopefully it's not boring you, but I will be short and sweet. I have everything I want to talk about on my phone, but there's some things that have just recently erupted, and other things that was last week's news, and other things that were this week's news, a couple weeks ago news. To start off, let's talk about something light, heavy but light. So last week, what was reported from the mouth of Kim Coles. Kim Coles is a former actress on Living Single. She was the legendary Sinclair James. So she talked about the pressures that the industry, especially just at the show, and what the executives wanted was for her to lose weight. So let's get into this article. Brought to you by The Griot. Kim Coles says Living Single executives threatened her with fat jokes to lose weight. So Kim Coles and Erica Alexander opened up about the pressures they endured while filming Living Single. On a recent episode of the podcast, she co-hosts with fellow Living Single alum Erica Alexander, Reliving Single. Love it. Hopefully you guys are tuning in. I think they've had about 11 or so, probably more episodes, but check it out. The 63-year-old actress revealed the way producers were pressuring her to lose weight behind the scenes. And this is in Cole's words. I would get a call at the beginning of every season to my manager saying, Kim Cole has to lose some weight. She has to lose some weight. She has to lose some weight. Cole said. Producers even went as far as to threaten to write in fat jokes if she didn't. That is so ridiculous. She wouldn't be gaining all of this weight and all her friends wouldn't say anything. Coles explained as the producer's reasoning. That was a threat. Lose some weight or we're going to have to start writing fat jokes. However, Coles, who played the eccentric fan favorite Sinclair, noted that when she brought it up with Alexander, her co-star declared, I won't read those jokes. Although Alexander, who played Maxine Shaw, an attorney who lived across the street, didn't remember the specific instance, she did recall the ethos among the cast. No one, this is in Alexander's words, Erica Alexander's words, no one among them would have read jokes like that. She noted, adding that you have to have willing collaborators to inflict that kind of harm. Thank you for saying that, Miss Alexander. Harm. That's what that is. That's bullying. Crazy. In addition to Alexander and Coles, Living Single, which premiered on Fox in 1993 and ran for 5 seasons through 1998. That wasn't nothing. You know, the sad part is I got in your mind because I do remember that you went on a very concerted effort throughout the series to keep the image that they wanted, she recalled. During the episode, the women revisited the episode Happy Birthday, in which the two of them, plus Fields, who starred Regine, take Latifah to Atlantic City for a spontaneous birthday trip. While in the car, there's a complaint about heavy luggage in the back, which Cole's character responds, you better not be looking at me. Alexander affirmed that it was a derogatory joke. It is a fat joke, she said. Coles noted that despite the pressure, we didn't do a lot of that on this show, and I'm grateful that we didn't do a lot of that on this show because I gained weight every year. And we could have a whole conversation about that. Of the luggage joke, she added, I'm surprised we let that one go. A significant reason the show didn't include those types of jokes was that Latifah championed against them early on. Thank God for her. Alexander said Latifah made it clear, like, we're not going to be doing that. And then they disappeared. Even still, Coles noted there is an expectation by these suits in an office somewhere of what they think sexy is. And so I had a hard time as I was gaining weight and feeling as if everybody was staring. Ultimately, though, the actress said, of the 4 female leads, I think what was beautiful about us is there were 4 completely different body types. And we looked like women that everybody knew in our community. It's like, duh. Like, representation matters. And I think that there is this image of that is placed heavily on women, not even in the industry, that is just ridiculous. Okay, I think a lot of us noticed the weight gain, but what are we supposed to do about it? Sinclair was the eccentric person that, let's just say that she had required all of the needing to stay a certain size. That wasn't even the character, if you want to call it that. You know, possibly someone like Regine that cared a lot about her looks. Possibly if Kim Fields had put on a lot of weight, that would be something different that they probably would have to address with her. But that she was a style person. She critiqued everything. So I'm sure that there was even more of pressure on Kim Fields to stay a certain weight size and all that good stuff. Now, Kim Fields talked about when she was on The Facts of Life back in the 80s about how the networks kept complaining about all those girls. There were 4 girls who were teenagers and their weight gain. The women are hormonal. Their bodies are changing. They're not going to look super thin. So there was a lot of pressure back then to try to appease whatever an image is. But I'm glad that this cast really stood and fought for everyone and just was throwing down these old ways of thinking and having the mindset that a body's image and a body's look has to be a certain way. Shout out to Kim Coles. Sorry that happened. Shout out to Miss Erica Alexander and to the whole cast of Living Single. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about Russell and Sierra Wilson. Sierra and Russell Wilson are bringing the story of the richest black girl in America to theaters, called Sarah's Oil. This is actually based upon a true story. Sarah's Oil recounts the life of Sarah Rector, who became the richest black girl in America in the early 1900s. This November, a little-known chapter of Black history is getting the cinematic spotlight it deserves. This week, Amazon MGM Studios released the trailer of its upcoming film, Sarah's Oil. Again, it's based upon a true story. The film recounts the life of Sarah Rector, an African-American girl born in Oklahoma Indian Territory in the early 1900s, who believed in and ultimately discovered oil beneath the land allotted to her by the state. Sarah's Oil is a film that is a true labor of love, reports Julia Rappaport, head of film production and development at Amazon MGM Studios. And this is what she told Deadline. I'm reading from the reel. We're honored to take part in telling the inspiring true story of Sarah Rector, and we cannot wait for audiences to experience it on the big screen. The movie stars Haitian American rising talent Anaya Desire Johnson as Rector, and pulls from Tanya Bolden's book, Searching for Sarah Rector, the richest black girl in America, which traces Rector's journey from the rural childhood to becoming the nation's first African-American female millionaire at just 11 years old. Wow. How come we haven't heard of this? Sorry before I go off. Anyway, behind the lens, the project was heavy hitters steering the ship. Sierra and her husband, NFL quarterback Russell Wilson, produced the film through their company, Why Not You Productions, teaming up with Amazon Studios to bring Rector's story to life. Remember her name, Sarah. Sierra captioned with the post of the film's trailer. Let's share her faith-based story with the world. Wow. So Sarah's Oil is set to premiere in theaters November 7th, 2025. As one user commented under Sierra's post, we're pulling up to the theaters like we did Sinners. Hey, that's what we're doing. Are you guys planning on doing that? Again, this is November 7th. I encourage everybody to go. I want to hear this story. I'm probably going to go back and find the book and read that also. But I know everyone said that Oprah was, the first billionaire, I guess. Maybe millionaire. Black woman billionaire. But there was someone else mentioned, but it was not Sarah, as far as I can remember. But shout out to Sierra and Russell Wilson, to Amazon Studios, and to this Miss Sarah Rector. I'm glad that your name is not going to be buried beneath the dirt. So let's go out and celebrate. Sarah's Oil. All right, so let's see. What should we talk about next? Okay, so we got a little bit more light news, and then it's going to get a little bit more heavy. Jussie Smollett. He has he signs with legendary Rowdy Records. Rowdy Records is Dallas Austin. He's been a great producer for so many years. And he has a child with Chili from TLC. But he's getting back into the studio and he's going to start singing again. Award-winning singer, songwriter, and actor Jussie Smollett has officially signed a deal with the revitalized Rowdy Records. Recently relaunched by renowned Grammy-winning producer and music executive Dallas Austin, Smollett has been called a future fixture in R&B by Billboard magazine. Now, this is from UrbanBridges.com. Urban Bridges first introduced Jussie Smollett back in 2011 with the release of his The Poison Hearts Club. His upcoming film, Breakout, has already produced multiple singles, including Some Things. I didn't know that he had a film coming out, which reached #1 on iTunes R&B charts and followed up singles My Party and My Mind. I didn't even know he released music recently. The exciting partnership heralds a new chapter in Jussie's music career, with fresh tracks set to be released this fall under the iconic label. Austin, celebrated for his iconic work with musical legends such as Monica, Madonna, and Michael Jackson, brings his unique vision and expertise to this collaboration. Dallas says, "I'm excited to be partnering with such a true visionary like Dallas." Oh, Jussie Smollett said this. He and Rowdy's rich legacy speaks volumes, and I'm eager to contribute my voice to its continued success. Dallas Austin said of Smollett, "Jussie embodies classic R&B. His voice is effortless, smooth, uniquely expressive, bringing a rich old school to his fresh new project. It's been an incredible experience to be a part of his journey, and fans can look forward to more details and music announcements in the coming weeks." All right, so congratulations to Mr. Jussie and also Dallas as you move into your new chapter in life. Okay, so first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes a baby. But in this case, first comes a baby, then comes a scandal. I'm talking about Mr. Jason Lee. Jason Lee and Tiffany Haddish has a baby. And I know that was discussed probably like 2 weeks ago or a week ago or whatever. Us Weekly is reporting, did Tiffany Haddish welcome a baby with Jason Lee? On Sunday, August 3rd, the friends shared photos via Instagram in which they happily posed with an adorable infant. A beaming Haddish, 45, sported a denim dress as she held the little one, who wore a blue outfit and hat. In one snapshot, Lee, 47, hugged Haddish and gripped a stroller. He has a caption on his IG post, "Cat's out of the bag." And the photos left fans confused and requesting clarity in the comment section. "What does he mean?" actress Tasha Smith wrote, while former reality star Renee Grazzino asked, "Wait, what?" Another follower wrote, "Someone go get the cat. I got questions." The speculation ran wild, with one fan wondering, does that mean that you both had a baby together via surrogate? Another question, Jason, for real? Or you playing, before adding, you'd be an awesome dad. Both beautiful parents. Us Weekly has reached out to Haddish and Lee's reps for comment. Haddish previously married William Stewart in 2008 and filed for divorce 3 years later. The proceedings were finalized in 2013. She went on to date rapper Common from 2020 to 2021 after they bonded on the set of 2019's film The Kitchen. She later claimed that they broke up over the phone. Oh, I don't want to talk about him. I want her to get to the point. I want US Weekly to get to the point. So there's something. I guess Haddish had an interview with Lee on his podcast Hollywood Unlocked in November 2024, where the platonic pals talked about having a baby together. "You promised me you would give me a kid," Jason Lee said, who is gay, said at the time. "So let me ask you a question. So I had Cardi B here. She's already said she'll be my kid's godmother. You said you'd give me a kid. Are you serious about that?" Haddish replied, "Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the cost of ... because I said I wanted to do it the old-fashioned way. You said no, so I want to talk to you about the cost of having a baby." Okay, so the actress has been candid on the subject of adopting a child, telling Daily Pop in 2021 that she was less interested in choosing a surrogacy. I'm taking parenting classes now to adopt. She revealed at the time. I'm looking at, 5 and up, really like 7. I want them to be able to know how to use the restroom on their own and talk. I want them to know that I put in the work I wanted, and I wanted them. She added, I don't want to pay nobody to carry my baby neither, because then I have to go through the process of giving myself injections and all that stuff, and I already gave up. Here goes something everybody don't know. I'm going to tell you, when I was 21, I was really hard up for some money, and I gave up a bunch of eggs. Wow. She said, so who knows? I might got some kids out there in the streets. I doubt it, though, because I never got the bonus. Maybe somewhere, though, in crypto, in Creo somewhere. So it was kind of questionable. So it looks like possibly it was just a publicity stunt, and everybody fell for the bait. So I've been cringy about those two being parents to anything. More on Tiffany Haddish, because I've been always looking at her kind of sideways since that skit that she did with actor comedian Aries Spears, where it was quite problematic, and it looked like they were in this skit about grooming children. They didn't really take accountability for it, but somehow we got blamed for trying to cancel this girl and him in regards to that very distasteful skit that was just very cringe and crazy. So anyways, I don't know what's happening. What do y'all think? You think it was just a photo op? Or did they really have a baby? Let me know in the comments. So we move on to the scandal. Jason Lee. Did Jason Lee misappropriate $50,000 of Stockton funds for Wild 'N Out? Jason Lee, the vice mayor of Stockton, California. Did y'all know that? Yeah, he got voted in. Is clapping at his haters after the Stockton City Manager's Office launched an internal investigation on Monday, August 4th. The office is claiming $50,000 of public funds from the Risk Mitigation Fund were misappropriated for a Wild 'N Out event without proper approval. The local Fox affiliate reported that Lee facilitated the misuse of funds, causing city manager Steve Colangelo to raise concerns about how Lee engaged with city staff and event promoters. Colangelo believes lines between policymaking and administration may have been crossed. The Wild 'N Out live event was held in Stockton on May 24th. Lee addressed the accusations on social media. He said, a few weeks ago, I got tipped off that there was a conspiracy brewing, claims that I brought Wild 'N Out to Stockton and influenced decisions so Nick Cannon, my friends, and I could profit, he wrote. Lee continued, let's be clear. Nick Cannon and the Wild 'N Out team came to Stockton as a favor to me to turn the city up and prove that we deserved world-class partnerships like Nick, Rip Michaels, and 5120 Entertainment. The attacks on our hardworking city staff for simply doing their jobs, beyond disappointing. He alleged agendized the claims in the audit committee, and it was critics. Lee added, instead, management praised Wild 'N Out for their professionalism and our community loved every moment. Jason adds, he praised the amazing city staff for showing up every day despite the politics, and told his haters that if you can't outwork me in policy, opportunity, or inspiration, work harder. Because making up lies to do reputational harm won't work when I've got the heart of the people. The investigation will determine if the alleged funds were properly authorized, who was involved in the rumored scandal, and if any city policies or procedures were bypassed. And this comes from Vibe magazine. I don't know what he did. Hopefully you did what you were supposed to do, Jason, especially since you just got elected and you're already doing stuff. But it could be a thing of, because of who you are, because you do have status within the entertainment industry and all that, they could be just questioning you in that regards. And also, since you are of a mixed race, I won't put that out there. Do I really care for you? No, I don't. But this could be that, or maybe you did do something. I don't know. But he says he has the heart of the people in Stockton. Is that true? I know y'all voted him in, but is that true? Let me know how y'all feel about these stories, about the baby and also with the misappropriate funds. Okay, so I'm going to go into more realistic news as far as what's going on in DC right now. The current elected delegated president official has started something crazy. DC mayor reacts to President Trump placing local police under federal control and activating National Guard. President Donald Trump said Monday, August 11th, he's taking over Washington's police department. Additionally, so in short, what's going on in DC? Trump says crime is up and they need to get rid of all the slums and all of that. Other people who actually deal with the crime, it's not as bad and the crime rate is going down. Now, I've heard over the years that it is pretty violent there in DC and all that good stuff. But to send in the Army Reserve in order, it feels very war zone-ish, very terroristic-like. And I don't understand. So they're just coming to clean house. It's like setting a bomb to raid, like you would do as setting a bomb to raid a house to get all the roaches out. And I don't know what's going on, but I just really suggest that we all pray and keep a prayer life, because the world as we know it has come to a halt, and there's been a shift. But that's all I got for that. Tell me what y'all think. Of course, Miss Porsha Williams, on this house, there's been a lien that's been put on the house that she wanted to stay in. The $7 million mansion was hit with the lien over ex-husband's six-figure debt. So on June 10th, Gobadia's divorce lawyer, Amye Ferry, filed an attorney's lien against his 5-bedroom, 8-bathroom, 15,284 square foot home, Georgia home, worth an estimated $7.3 million. Williams currently lives in the home after being awarded possession of in the divorce. The lien said Gobadia owed $205,884.25 for services provided on his divorce. So, of course, also Simon is supposed to be owing or paying Porsha's legal fees, which are $224,000. So you mean to tell me Simon is not paying his own bills, let alone, I don't know, he's supposed to be paying Porsha's bills. Y'all keep saying, Porsha fans, that Porsha's been set up for life, that she done scam. Yes, there's been a ruling that's been in her favor. However, Simon's over there in another country that in Nigeria, they do not uphold any type of rulings here in the United States. And we know that Simon is not going to pay. As we see how Porsha is moving, as I've already said, she's going to be shucking and jiving just to keep up with the Joneses to keep this house. That's not even hers. That she did not even purchase. Her name's not even on it. However, because of the prenup, she was able to get it. It's just like, I understand what she's doing. Well, I don't understand it. I get her angle in getting this done, but I just don't understand why. And we know last week, it's been reported that she has listed her home in Duluth that she gave to her mammy for $1.85 million. Now, she bought the home in 2016, and since then, it has increased in value up for about, what, $700,000 or so. She bought it for like $1.15 million back in 2016. That's almost, what, 10 years? Not much has been done to that home, which is interesting to me. But anyways, yeah, so she's trying to sell that, and we know that it's just to keep up with the house. And I don't know if she's going to crash and burn, but she's going to just be rolling down the river, trying to keep afloat. I don't know if this lifestyle is for you, Porsha, but you're going to try. I think you're going to die hard trying to keep up with it. The reason I'm coming in hard on you, girl, because of how you treated Kelly. And because you wanted to say, you should have had a better prenup. Your prenup is good, but you thought you can out-scam a scammer. And this scammy, or scammer, is going to teach you a lesson. He may have lost some battles, but I think he's going to win the war. Now, I have no love lost for Simon, but seeing how this woman wants to operate in her life is crazy. It's crazy. All I can say is stay tuned. Now, I did ask Google, like, if Porsha has a lien on another property, can she actually sell this house in Duluth, another property? They said, yes, you can, but it's going to look kind of crazy for anybody who's trying to purchase that Duluth home, knowing that you have a lien on your other property. as in great content creator Jamie, that's me, she would say, good luck. Tell me what y'all think about Porsha and all of this. Is she in over her head? I say yes. Does she need to give it up, Delicious? Yes. I mean, you've tasted of the good land. I think that you could get it back again, possibly. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna find another man who is dumb enough, but I think they're kind of smart, because it might have been one thing if all of this was hush-hush, but you were a celebrity. They would only really marry you to be the trophy wife, to look good on their arm at this point. I'm not saying that you're unlovable or whatever, but because of how you want to move and how men are probably going to approach you, it's going to be crazy, unfortunately. And good luck in all of this, but I don't expect her to stay in the house. Not like that. Not like this. But anyways, tell me what you thought of each story that I spoke about today on Speak Up. Thank you for coming by. Like this video. Also, like, share, and you can subscribe. Again, leave your comments. And until the next Speak Up, peace.